and count down, and I'll start the time.
Alright, so hello, I am Barfyace, and today I am doing the Temple Relay, and we are starting off with I Wanna Be the Earth Temple. So the Temple Relay is, well, I'm playing a bunch of temple games. So the maker known as Kakoka, who's one of the best fan game makers of all time, has made a bunch of fan games that have a naming scheme of I Wanna Be the Something Temple. And this is the first one, I Wanna Be the Earth Temple, and they are quite special. If you're wondering why there's no title screen here, it's because this game doesn't have one. So yeah, without further ado, we will start the runs in 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, so in this game you have super speed and infinite jump. You know, you're just a powerful guy. You can see there's a lot of Daft Punk in this one. And yeah, now we're going to go to the right. There's a lot of things in this area here. It's very long, but don't worry, it will end, as it will soon tell us. See, there's a lot of things here. A lot of smiley faces. What a line do I have? I'm not sure, but I have the correct one for sure. Yeah, so don't worry, it will end, in case you were worried. And there's more warnings in case you forgot. Sing along. Let's raise the bar to give up who we are. So, there has been some minor modifications. Oh, that's the Four Horsemen, made to this game and others by my good friend Dynamite Daniel, to make them more digestible to a marathon audience. And there's Donald. You know, those blue squares used to flash different colors, but you know they've been nerfed in this version. Yeah, shout out to Dynamite Daniel. He's a real one. And there's Darth Vader. Yeah, there's a lot of them. This is a very evil place. Alright, okay, and now we're going to the future. Time travel. Here we are in BC 3000. And now here's the pyramids. This is how they built them. 300, like the movie. And now we're in medieval times. And now we're in 2013, the modern year. 3000, and we're going really far in the future. Really far. And end of time travel, it's going to apocalypse and it damns us, unfortunately. But it's okay, so now we're going to do the hardest needle ever. Just kidding, we're not doing that actually. We're in the I Wanna forums. And we're going into this forum post here. And then we're going in here, we're about to drop it. And so here's our good pal Homer and, you know, his family. You can see he's thinking about friends because he's such a good guy. You know, he has saves for eyes. You know, more thinking about friends. And now he hates them, though. That's what we call a character arc. And now he's Miley Cyrus. And they say their famous catchphrase here, die yellow slag. Alright, so that was Earth Temple 1. So now we're going to switch over to the next game in the series. Alright, here we are. You know, sorry about that, you know, noise. Some of these games are a little loud. So this one actually does have a title screen, thankfully. So now we're going to do, and we start off with some canker. And now we're back in the lab here. You may recognize some of these screens if you're a fan gamer. Alright, and now we're here on another planet. Miku's bouncing up and down there. We have this invisible maze here. It's a little hard to navigate. And don't worry, we made it through. And so here this creature's telling us to find the Emerald of Doom. So we're going to go find that. Avoid the orc there. This is Song of Healing from Majora's Mask. And now we've time traveled again. This time to the Dinosaur Age. There's a lot of platforms in the old times, and there's also really big spikes. This is the Carboniferous period, so spikes grew really large in this period. So we're going to go down here, dodge the spike. Now we're just going to go back. There we go. Alright, here we are. We made it back to modern day. So thankfully our super speed makes jumps like those diamonds a lot easier than they otherwise would be. So if you look closely at that text here, you can see we're getting really close to the octopus, which is one of our arch nemesis. I think it has the Emerald of Doom, I'm not really sure. And so we're going under here. You know, that entire top path is a red herring. You actually have to go under here. So now we enter the lair of the octopus. I'm actually doing a pacifist run right now, so we're not actually going to fight the octopus, even though you can. We're just going to go over. And so here's the tutorial. You press right arrow to go right, left to go left, shift to jump, Z to shoot, and now we're going to practice. And, alright, there we go. I did the corner. And we're just going to skip that needle. And now we're going to go for a forest rock. And yeah, it's just a nice forest walk. You know, time to think, reflect on our lives, you know, just take in the nature. Yeah. So, while we're on this forest walk, I should mention that I'm not doing every game in the Temple series. There's two games I'm leaving out. I want to be the Fishing Temple, and I want to be the Memory Temple. And the reason is because those games are also very long and a lot harder compared to the ones I'm doing in this relay. So I do not feel confident to beat them in one run, but they are very interesting. And also, we're going back. However, I do still, if you like surreal Sudoku games like this, I still would recommend playing them because they are quite interesting games, to say the least. You know, there's always room for someone to run them next year. You know, they are. Can I give a shot? I haven't had oat milk, sorry. And the only person I've heard give an opinion on it said it is bad. Yeah, maybe next year. And oh yeah, we're going back again. Perhaps. Yeah, we dropped our keys. We had to go back and get them. Or someone else, though. Yeah, sure. Shoutouts to XX_Bart_Simpson_XX, one of my favorite viewers. Alright, so here we are. We made it to the end of the forest walk, and now we have the bitrate killer room. I'm sure you can definitely see what's going on in here. And we're out of there. And now we're going for a trip through the snowy mountains. Yeah, it's kind of like Dot Kid. Okay, that was it. Alright, now for the final boss. You know, just kidding. We're going to Kanker. As you can see, there's a lot of objects strewn about this snowy path. And now we're gonna fall. Actually, no, we go over here, then we fall down and go around. And now we're gonna fight the true final boss. Alright, so here's the final boss. I've been told by one of my chat members that this is Skull Dude. I don't know if that's true or not. But there we go. Okay, now I'm the Earth Temple too. Alright, now we're moving on to the next game. Alright, so here's Fire Temple. And we are allowed to fly around. Alright, so you do not have super speed anymore. The kid has actually gotten old with his old age. Right, so here's our recurring character for this game. It's the Dark Lord, and he's going to send us to various realms so that we can eventually become the Fire Temple. So here we have this needle area. However, a lot of the spikes just aren't real. So you can kind of just ignore a lot of them. Not all of them, though. Some of them are real. Yeah, so you can just... All the mini spikes are real, though. Oops. Okay, that's a real one. That's also real. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. This is the neutral zone. You never know what these spikes are going to do to you. Oops. There we go. We jump over that, jump over that. Now we go through here. Oops. To the corner. And there we go. And so now we've proven ourselves a little bit to the Dark Lord. So now he's going to send us to another realm where, you know that. So we have a lot of... This is a very orange stage. Thanks for the raid. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so a lot of bouncers here. We're not at the realm yet. Okay, so now we're going to enter the realm of mental samurai. I think what they mean is that you have to have the mentality of a samurai here. So we have to load the MIDI that plays here, and here we are. We're in Gridland. Alright, so hit the trigger there. Oops. See, I didn't have the mentality of a samurai there. I got careless and moved into the spike. And now here we are. So here's Rugato area. You guys all know Rugato, right? Yeah. Alright, so we're not going to go up there. We're just going to go right. Be careful not to fall into the pit. And now we're going to enter the darkness. Now, who could be the boss of this dark, evil world we're a part of? That's right, you guessed it. It's Hopsy. He's very strong. Oops. Sorry about that. I had some technical difficulties there. The darkness got to me. but it's okay. We have to go through all these things to become the Fire Temple. Alright, so here's Canker. If you enter any of these warps except the one with the arrow, your game will crash. Now, one of my chatters called this the Kale guest area. You know, make that what you will. This area is quite difficult because it is long and you have to go through a lot. Maybe. Alright, so we gotta climb to the top here with the very slow killer chasing us. We're almost there. Yeah, now would be a good... No, there's a better time for donations coming up, don't worry. Alright, now he's complimenting us, but now he's going to send us on a very tough challenge where we have to fight 4 of his best army soldiers. Now, these army soldiers are not messing around, alright? So, I'm gonna hope I can beat them. Alright, corner time, there we go. Now, these bouncers, they ain't messing around. There we go. Alright, so here's the secret lab entrance. Sonic and Supersonic tried to warn us, but we're not going to heed the warning. Now, they have a security system here with all these invisible blocks, but thankfully we're just going to go through. Indeed, indeed. I'm a big fan of sound block change. There we go. Time to enter the secret lab. So they have these laser cannons. You can shoot them. Alright, that corner is kind of nasty, so I'm glad I first tried it. Alright, so this area is a little tricky. You gotta go down here and shoot the one on the bottom. Ooh, there we go. Alright, so this gotta get lucky with the bouncers. And there we have it. Alright. Now see, this lab is quite advanced because they managed to invent a stationary laser beam with no source. Here. Very tough weave to be spiked here. Shoot that. Once again, that's a little tight maneuver there, but I'm balling. Alright, so now we get to go past Evil Smiley. As you can see, they are making horrible abominations in this laboratory. What else will we see next? Now we get this warning message. We're entering the deepest sections of the laboratory. As you can see. The stuff of nightmares. Originally, this was scrolling a lot faster. But my good pal Dynamite Daniel made it scroll slower for consideration of the viewers at home. Yeah, but this maneuver is pretty tough. Ooh-wee. There we go, there we go. Alright, so the sniper's shooting us from above, but we just gotta run through, and there we go. Alright, now for the ultimate test. We go through their swarm of pure white apples. And there we go. Alright, so now we're going to fight the 4 army soldiers the Dark Lord was talking about. And we can only do these in a specific order. So we're going to start with Tails. Alright, so that was 1 down. Alright, next we're going to do Shadow. Shadow's a little tricky. But, you know, I have a strat for him. Alright, so Knuckles is pretty tough. I'm gonna, hopefully I can get this first try. As you can see, he can float off the ground, which is pretty crazy. Now, although they leave Sonic for last, he's not actually that hard. Like, as you can see, he's on a diet, like, he's pretty skinny. You know, he's not really much of a threat. Alright, so now the Dark Lord's getting a little frustrated. And he's saying, like, fine, I'll show you where the Fire Temple is. He's gonna send us there. Alright, there we go. Hardest corner in the game. Alright, now we're gonna go down here. Now we gotta go through another snowy trek. And yes, these blocks do have ice physics. Thank you. There's our save, so we don't actually have to do all those awful saves. We just gotta do Canker once again. Now we're gonna walk down the snowy trail. Now you see there's a bunch of spikes growing on these trees. They aren't super dangerous as long as you don't get close to them. Except for that one. That one's a little nasty if you aren't prepared for it. Now, the Dark Lord actually betrays us, and he's actually sending us to a different realm. Like, you thought he was going to send us to the Fire Temple? You really trusted him? He's called the Dark Lord. Come on. And, you know, now we get the most exciting part of the run here. To go through the Dark Lord's dark tunnel. Yeah, so the maker of these games, Kakoka, is one of my favorite makers of all time. Besides the Temple games, he's also made the I Want to Be the Kazakhstan trilogy, which is one of my favorite Fangame trilogies of all time. I would definitely recommend to all Sudoku enjoyers. He's made I Want to Kill the Catboy as well. I Want to Fall Through the Pillars of Creation While Reading Ethics by Jack Spinoza. That's another classic there. Kill the Catboy. Apologies to any Catboys in the audience. The Catboy is fictional, alright? You know, he's not saying anything you know, against real-life Catboys. Alright, so we've almost made it to the evil realm that the Dark Lord is sending us to. Alright, so here we are. So we're gonna go down here. Am I lying? No. And so now we're gonna go into this frowny face here. Now we made it to the Fire Temple, despite the Dark Lord's efforts. Welcome to the Fire Temple. Yes. Welcome. I've quieted the audio. I'm sorry, I mean Dynamite Daniel. Sorry, I shouldn't take credit for his work. You know, I should really give Mr. Daniel his dues. He's lowered the audio here and made the fire scroll at a slower speed. So now we're in the fire. So pretty easy to navigate here. So now we need to make our decision. And I'm going to intentionally make the wrong one here because I think this room that says no is really funny. And now I'm going to go pick the right one. It's this one here. So now we're going to fight the Dark Lord, and turns out we had the strength to beat him all along. We just had to believe. So now we're going to go to the trophy room, and so now we're going to get our trophy. And there we go. Alright. Now for the final game in this relay. So we got Earth 2, Fire 2. What's the next logical element? That's right, Genie. I want to be the Genie Temple. Alright, so we've lost our infinite jump in this one. The kid is now a normal human being. Yeah, that's true. Now we're going to Triangle Land. Oh yeah, fun fact, Kakoka is Turkish, and I think they are like the only Turkish Fangame maker in existence. I just thought that was interesting. Yeah, exactly. The kid never recovered from his fight with the Dark Lord. Alright, so there's a lot of invisible triggers in this stage here. We're gonna get them all. So there's one down here. I'm not sure. Okay, that might be true, Kiyoshi. I can't discount that. Alright, so now we're gonna go up here with the reverse gravity. We're gonna go down here. And there we go. And we did all that so that we can go into the Freemason symbol. That exists here because this is Triangle Land. Oh, snap. Alright, that's not too bad. I'm probably ahead of time anyways. Oh well. You win some, you lose some, bros. In this Triangle Land. Don't tell the public that. They're not ready to know that. Yeah. Just wait until you see Fishing Temple and Memory Temple. That has a lot of gameplay. Alright, so now we're gonna go down here. Bar up. You know what? It all depends on your frame of reference. Yeah, those also don't have infinite jump, unfortunately. Alright, so now we're going to teleport in here using the Freemason technology, and we're going to teleport out. Make sure you don't fall down there again. And now we're going to exit. Alright, so now we're in the Genie Temple. If you touch these spider-looking things, your game will close. So don't do that. So now we're going to touch the Genie so we can get our wish. And we're gonna fall down here. That warp up there takes you back, but you don't actually want to go back. You want to go forwards. And we're gonna, well, you know, I failed there, but yeah. You want to go into that spike with a dash on it. When were these Fangames made? I'm trying to think here. I think the first one was like 2014. And I think the rest were like around 2016 or something. Okay, so we're gonna go into here. And so you have 2 minus spikes here. We want to go into this one. This one takes you to a room full of those spider things that close the game. And now we have the red genes. You do not want to touch these. Also, flashing warning when I touch this apple, which is going to teleport me to the next room. You know, very awesome pattern here. Now, before Dynamite Daniel changed this, this used to be a lot worse. There was a pure white flash included in this animation here. And, you know, we felt like that was a little too much, so we got rid of that. And now we're going to enter the apple there. And we're getting close to time. I'm going to enter through the overhead here. Oh, and me and Daniel go way back. Alright, so we've completed everything, and now we're going to touch this coin. And that closes the game, and it also deletes your save file. And there you have it. That is the Temple Relay. All 4 games besides the last 2. Hope you guys enjoyed those games as much as I do. Shoutouts to Kakoka, my favorite maker of all time. You know, shoutouts to Flavia Estcolida. Shoutouts to Anuj071. Shoutouts to Placements. Shoutouts to Dynamite Daniel. Shoutouts to my amazing viewers as well. All my supporters. You made this possible. And shoutouts to me, of course, for doing the run. Okay, yeah.
Anything you still want to say before we move on?
I already shouted out Bart Simpson, so I think we're okay.
Perfect. Alright, then next up we've got the Super Mario Bros. Super Show 64, run by King Toad. So, we'll see you there.